Battlers. It's down the middle, and rugby league is back. H Moore, proud Sharks jersey there. How are you?
Good, mate. Pumped for the footy to be back on our screens every week for the next, or I should say, all the way till the first week of October. Sorry.
Mate,
It's going
I've
to be
missed it.
beautiful.
I've missed it
Mm.
so much.
I've missed it. I don't think I missed it as much as you have, probably, but I'm keen. I'm keen though.
I just like I just like being able to put the TV on and there be something to watch.
See, because I'm into my American sports, when the footy's not on, that's when them boys are sort of ramping up with the NFL and
Yeah, I
basketball and
suppose.
stuff like that. So I get my fix from other stuff, probably
I
is
suppose.
not as much as you kind of thing that footy's
But
life.
yeah, but even oh yeah, I suppose that's
You know what I'm like?
some
Yeah.
of that stuff's on for our prime time viewing.
Yeah.
I just like especially Saturdays and Sundays, just being able to go, yeah, it's the Arvo. There's
Yeah.
something to watch. There is something on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
100%.
um, we we spoke about our sorry, my phone's just playing music. I'm just trying to turn that off. I don't need to listen to Florida Georgia Line. You don't want to listen to Florida Georgia Line. You don't like country.
I was
Um,
about to say, I don't even know who, whatever you just said, it's Florida,
even though
whatever.
I thought you were a Luke Combs fan.
No, no.
One concert done. We went through our sort of previews of every team the last couple of weeks.
Mm.
We're going to go our official ladder prediction. Again, we were just talking off air. We're probably not real happy with exactly where every team fits, but it's kind of like where else can they go? And flip of a coin, are they going to
Yeah,
bottom out or are they going to go okay? Yeah.
100%.
So,
So,
um, how do you want to do it, mate? Where do you want to start?
do you think we should just,
I can't remember what we did last year.
I think we got to go one person does the whole ladder and we analyze and they analyze it, their thinking
Okay.
process throughout. Because
All
I
right.
think if we go back and forth, it's a bit too hard when you're listening to it, maybe.
That is hard.
It's,
Do you want to start then? Do you want to go from the bottom or from the top?
oh, bottom.
Go from the bottom.
What's the point?
So
Yeah,
start with the Sharks.
no, mate. So my 2025 wooden spooners are going to be the Dolphins. The processing is
Hang
just
on,
new coach.
I'm writing this down as well,
Okay.
as you go, yep, go for it.
I just think new coach. We've sort of talked through when we did our preseason, like you said. They've got a couple of good flashy players, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the year.
Don't think they can gel.
No, I just don't think they can get a couple wins here and there, but everyone's improved. I think that's why. From
Okay.
previous years, yeah, the bottom teams have actually done something.
Okay.
Um, Mate, then moving on to 16th, I've got one of the teams that are playing this week in
The
Vegas,
Sharks. The Sharks, 16th.
the Canberra Raiders, mate. Yeah, they don't. They're a young side. Take a couple of players out. I think maybe in 3 years they could probably be
Yep.
battling. Maybe if they
Yep.
keep the spine together or
Yep.
that core of players.
They got to get some,
Um,
especially those core players, they got to get some games under their belt.
yeah,
Let's be honest. Yep.
100%. Give them game
Yep.
time. Give them that 1 or 2 years experience.
Mm-hmm.
Then actually, it's funnily enough, it's who they're playing this week. The Warriors in 15th, mate. Just I don't know. They're another side that it wouldn't surprise me if they make the eight though. Like
Yeah, that's the flipper. You know what? You
it,
know what
it
tells me that they're due to come 15th, and they're not too far away from where I've put them either. They just signed Morgan Harper.
I I didn't click the article. I seen it and I forgot to send it to you yesterday. I went, who the fuck has picked him up? Like
You've got to be kidding. What? Oh, hang on. Where
I
did
know
he play
Rocco
last?
Berry's out for a bit. He played for Parramatta last year.
So let me try and find from my notes where we said he was going. I didn't write down where he was going. What? That's just
Yeah,
not a
man.
signing. I just hate that.
I
Anyway,
think because Rocco Berry's out and they want to keep Roger on the wing.
okay.
As we'll speak about that later when we go through the team list.
Surely you've got a
Um,
young fella you can put in.
they
Whatever.
might want experience. But anyway, in 14th place, mate. I've got them doing one better than they did last year, and they're only down this low because of the last week with the two injuries. Is the South Sydney Rabbitohs with
Yeah.
Latrell missing the first 8 weeks and Cam Murray 5 months out with that Achilles injury.
I'm going to give a teaser for my list. That's the team that I'm not happy that I had put them where I put them,
Ooh,
and that
you put them too high.
I've put them I think too high pre-injury, but I couldn't work out how to reshuffle the
Yeah,
right. But it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. But
fair
yes,
enough.
I agree with you.
And
Those two injuries
yeah,
are
and
damaging.
obviously Cody Walker's fighting to be fit for round one.
Mhm.
Dodd suspended for round one, so they're just bang, bang, bang.
Yes, the suspension
So
from Dodd in the trials. I think that's because he's look.
I don't think he was the
It's only
first.
1 week.
Yeah, only the 1 week.
But I think he was looking for a start. Uh,
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what they were doing.
yeah. Anyway,
Mate, then the 14th, I've got the Newcastle Knights. And
13th.
I, oh, sorry, yeah, 13th. I've put a spell check there. 13th, 13th for Knights. I think they're going to rely too much on Kalen Ponga. And we said with the halves, like it's Russian roulette up there with who's going to play each week. Is Gamble going to play? Is Sharp going to play? Is Will Price going to play? No one knows. Are they going to keep Brayley?
Yeah.
Is Crossland going to have to play 80 minutes? I'm just, yeah, not quite sure with that.
And so they
Um,
came eighth last year. So you're tipping that they're going to drop.
yeah, I think they were
I've
pretty
got them
lucky to
having a
make
big.
the eight.
Yeah, I've got them having a big drop too. So I'm happy that you're on the same page.
Mate, then in 12th position, I've got the last three wooden spooners. I think I I can say this one. I got Tigers at 12.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know where to put them. Only the fact is Luai hasn't played a preseason game, so I'm like I can't put him in 15th if he hasn't. I haven't seen him play a game.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Like obviously, I think Buller's not. I don't know if Buller's going to be playing. They sort of don't know if he's under an injury card as well.
I think he had a niggle.
Um,
Yeah.
and obviously Appy's going to miss the first game, so that's massive, massive for them.
Because did they
But
have who they have at fullback? Is it well they had Heath Mason or something there, but maybe is it
yeah, I'm not quite
Fatape
sure.
maybe or is he a winger?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I didn't catch any of the
See, that's
community
going to be the
trial North
interesting.
games.
That's going to be the interesting thing, and we were just talking about the idea that Vegas starts the week before. Um, we still don't know what those round one teams
Yeah,
are really going to look
exactly
like,
right. We've only
and
got four teams.
and why anyone might have missed preseason games, or
Yeah,
we're still a week away.
yeah,
It's very hard at the moment, but I don't mind the Tigers there in 12th.
yeah. I've got another typo here. In 11th, I've got the big jumpers, the Parramatta Eels. I think they are going to gel. They haven't looked too bad in preseason.
Yeah.
I think Mitchy Moses and Dylan Brown are going to be good. I think Ioangi looked very solid. I know it's only preseason and you're versing half a team there.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I actually do like it. I think Riles can be a decent coach, but I think he can take them to a finals one day, but not
Not this
too
year.
much. Like not this year, but not too far into the finals either.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I can see them guys not going as good as well. It's very hard this year with the top eight. I mean, with the bottom eight and top eight,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Honestly, all the teams that you've just mentioned are some are in similar spots for me, but I also, when I was making my list, again, flip a coin. Do they if they
Mm.
go well, I'll back them to get into the eight.
Yeah.
Um, but they could lose. They could lose 15 games by 1 point. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then come last.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Okay. So you got in
100%.
10th.
Mate, I think this is surprising because a lot of people have them going bad this year, but I think they won't go too bad. Is the North Queensland Cowboys,
Yep.
especially with the what would you say? He played pretty good last year in Queensland Cup. Duffy or Dufty.
Duffy.
I
Yep.
think he's going to be pretty solid with Tommy Dearden there. You
Hmm.
got Reece Robson, obviously. Let's see how they play out Between the obviously going to the Roosters next year,
Yeah,
but
Robson's only got 1 year left, so you'd imagine that
yeah,
he's be trying to put in a bit of a rip. Yeah.
yeah. Mate, you got Purdue on the wing there, or the centre, tell me where they're going to name him. He had a good rip.
Yeah.
Scotty Drinkwater, he could maybe be pushing for a New South Wales jersey, utility role,
Scott
depending on
Scotty Drink's
yeah,
probably he be trying to play out for best fullback in the game at the moment.
yeah. Him
Mate,
and
did
him
you
and Dearden.
again trials, right? But
Mhm.
Supercoach Whisperer put up all the Supercoach scores
Yeah,
of what they would have scored over the last couple of weeks. Scotty Drink, I'm pretty sure he went for over 100 both weeks.
yeah.
At least one
It's
of them.
yeah,
I'm like,
and you
mate,
can definitely see it happening,
bloke can play.
but he's not kicking anymore. I think Duffy was kicking in last week, so that's going to hurt him a
Yeah,
little bit if you're thinking
super.
super
Yeah,
coach.
for Supercoach. But anyway,
I can
righto,
see
ninth.
I can see you probably doing the maths here. I haven't said one team. You can like where they are. Mate, in the ninth, I've got the Sydney Roosters. Um, um,
Yes.
I
Ninth, you've got the
think,
Roosters. Hang on.
yeah,
I wasn't
ninth,
even
yeah,
listening. I just knew that you didn't say Dragons.
yeah. I think the slow start is going to kill them because of injuries. Sammy Walker,
Yeah, that's true
no
now.
Luke Keary. Like they got the centers, mate. They're going down like flies. They're sort of not half a new team. Chad Townsend had a shocker on the weekend. I don't know if you've seen his
Mm,
kick. They're just,
yeah.
I don't know. And they had near full strength, the Roosters. And
They came
yeah, I
last in the
wasn't
preseason
impressed.
challenge.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. I only go off 1 week, I feel like, because the first 1 or 2 weeks, they don't do anything. You know what I mean? But like last week was a bit of a reputation. I'm like, they don't have the time under their belt. But
Interesting.
they're another team. I can,
So
I
you're
can see.
saying Roosters last year came third. They're going to come ninth this year. They're going to
Yeah, but they
drop
haven't
from
got the same team.
third up. It's
They're
okay.
not the
They got the
same
same
team.
same coach, same culture.
Yeah, he's overrated coach.
Okay.
Um,
So that is your bottom nine,
yeah, yeah, bottom
which
nine.
means the top eight. Come on.
Yeah, and these 7 and 8, like you probably haven't even realized I probably haven't said one other team either.
Oh, I've got
Um,
another team that you haven't said. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um, and these are the teams I
Which I
don't
actually,
know
another
what.
team I thought would have been out of your eight. But anyway,
Yeah.
keep going.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the Dragons 8. I think they scrape in.
Go the
Um,
Dragons.
you've surprised me a little bit in the preseason.
Mate,
I know
you
it's
can't tell me
preseason, and
you can't tell me you weren't impressed with the last
that's
2
what I
weeks.
mean. Last week, not the week before. I don't know. No.
Whatever. I'll
You were
take it.
good.
I'll take it. I'll take
You were
it.
good, but last week you were good. Like,
They were
yeah.
very good.
I think Jefferson's obviously slot straight in. They like sweeping to the left. They've gone from the right hand side, obviously, with no Lomax anymore.
Hmm.
And obviously Val. You got Val and Sione Finu,
I'm
I
hoping
think.
he gets a start for now. Yeah,
I
I'm
think he
hoping he
should.
gets a start.
He'd be a good Supercoach player. I've got him in the
Four,
team.
mate, 4 tries. I
Four
know it's a
tries, yeah.
trial, but 4 tries.
Um, I
Jeez,
know
you'd be hoping.
Flanagan looked good. Ilias is doing his job. You got obviously Jacob Little and Damien Cook there.
It's a
You need
side.
a fast start.
It's a side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
If the Dragons, if the Dragons don't get off to the start that I think they will, then you won't make the 8.
because
Simple as that.
as the
Because
Dragons do, they fall off
yeah,
about 5/8 into the season. They fall
mhm.
off and they lose every game coming home, and then they come
Like
10th.
last 2 years.
Yeah. So they you're
So
right. They got to get off to a fast start, hold a couple of games in the middle. Hopefully they don't lose too
yeah,
many Origin players, and then they got to get a couple of wins at the back end. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like you'd probably lose 2, 3.
Maybe Suar, maybe
Sure, Val,
Flano, maybe playing the halves.
probably 2. I'd probably say 2 maybe.
Two. I'll take it. That's fine. Off to
Um,
Queensland. Yeah, yeah. Righto.
so yeah.
Okay, good.
Mate, in seventh
Seventh.
position, I've got the Gold Coast Titans. I don't think they're that bad. This is another team that are getting bashed.
I've bashed them. I've bashed the shit out of them.
I probably bashed them a little bit too hard. Then I looked and went, you know what? No one's injured. They've got the round one bye. Automatic 2 points. They're going to be there. Um, if Brimson, Campbell stay fit, you got Keanu Kinney in the back, mate. Explosive.
It's okay. It's brave. It's bold. It's hopeful.
You got Kieran Foran there. I know he's old and injury
He's
depleted,
old.
but
Yep.
if he can steer him around the ship, they'll be fine.
Uh, Sure. Absolutely.
Mate, Campbell Gillard, Dave Fifita, Tino's back.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's fine. You can have your own
yeah,
opinion. I have no
100%.
dramas with that. Who have you got in
Uh,
sixth?
mate, in sixth, I think they came sixth last year, or they maybe came fifth. I don't know. I've got the Canterbury Bulldogs in six.
Yep.
I just think they'll win enough games, get to the finals, and then get knocked out first week.
Okay.
Oh no, they'd verse Titans if this comes. They'll probably make it through. Um, but yeah, I just think I don't know.
That's
They're
a fair.
not.
That's a fair assessment of the dogs. I like it.
I think they're just they're not a bottom eight, but they're not top four. I think they're getting overhyped again.
Well,
So
also we spoke about there's not a whole lot of movement as far as players are concerned, and
yeah,
I think we both said that they'll probably do the same thing with this with the squad they've got into their second year
yeah,
of pretty similar. So yeah, okay, yep, nice. I like it. Five.
mate. I've got five, and I'm pretty much going to say the exact same thing like I said to them about him last year. I've got Manly in fifth. Tom Trbojevic has got to stay fit. If he doesn't stay fit, then they won't make the eight. It's just
That's you.
simple as that. It's just
That's yeah. That's all you say about Manly.
it, and it's true though. Like Tommy stayed fit last year. They made the finals. They won one week. Um, and
Yeah, they
yeah,
come
I
they come
just
seventh last year. So
yeah,
okay, so a slight improve from Manly if Tommy stays
slight
fit.
improve. Yeah,
Will Tommy play
100%.
Origin if he's all well?
Don't know. I'd have to see how Lomax is doing, how Latrell's doing,
Bradman
how
Bradman Best.
Bradman Best. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, sure.
it's interesting.
All right.
Um,
Okay, so a couple of teams. I think you're probably rounding down that you can work it out. Who have you got in fourth?
we've got the Brisbane Broncos in fourth. Madge is very much a key to the success, and if they can keep level heads off the field, um,
Mm,
very much so. I think they big headed themselves, and obviously some of them were a bit disgruntled with how hard the preseason was. But it's like, guess what? You're not the pretty boys of. You haven't got Kevin Walters, the legend in the club anymore, taking it easy. You're there to work. If you don't like it, fuck off.
yeah,
That's Madge's approach.
yeah, I think so.
And I think, they've got a star-studded team. Obviously, Ben Hunt, Walsh, Harrigan, Payne Haas, like Tony Staggs, Tobbo, like, like
It's a
Jordan
decent.
Ricky.
It's a decent side.
Like
No, I agree
you've
with you.
got all internationals. It's
Yeah,
just if they got to put it on the pitch.
they've got to get it firing on the
Yeah,
grass. Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Right, third.
Mate, I've got the four-time premiers in a row in that third position, the Penrith Panthers. But look, my top three is not much. I feel like it could be 2 points, in
Same as
all
last year.
honesty.
Same as
Yeah,
last year. One win
yeah,
either way. Yep.
yeah. So yeah, this is not a reflection of. I feel like the top two teams are going to blow everyone out of the water. I don't think that, but could be yeah. It's going to be very tight.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Righto. So now position one, position two. If you're listening, you've worked out who's left.
Yeah,
Let's see how big H Moore's prediction is going to go. Is he going to go the number one or is he going to go the number two spot? What do you got?
they're number two, mate. Kanoa Sharks will go number two. Um, we got to start fast. Obviously, we've got a tough game this week against Penrith Panthers, but I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a pretty good game. Prelim, we nearly knocked them off in the prelim, and we didn't play too good in that prelim. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
suppose
mate, AFB
that's a big in.
as is like 2 weeks ago against the Canberra Raiders, like oh,
Yeah.
massive. Jake
Started
Brayley,
started it started with a try, almost first
yeah,
touch. So Yeah.
So yeah, we got Atkinson on the bench, so he's going to be playing bigger minutes. Everyone thought he might play only 50 to 60, but I reckon hopefully we can push him to
Did he?
70.
What he played in the halves, the first trial game, didn't he?
Yeah, first trial, yeah, played in the halves and then
What did he
Trimble
play last week? I didn't. I
14,
okay.
14. He's on the bench. So
Yep.
he's pretty much a utility role to see whoever gets injured if he needs to go on the wing or center or something like that. We've got or halves, hooker,
Do you
depending on
think
what
so? Do
happens.
you think he will just be an injury backup, or do
He'll
you think
come.
he'll
No,
play
he'll come on. He'll play games,
play
but
lock or something, or what, or
but
in a
yeah,
hooker?
I think it all depends on the game. If we're chasing, we'd probably take a forward off, yeah, and put him in lock.
Yeah.
Um, have that three or four ball plays through the middle, but yeah, it's just a head knock can happen, two head knocks can happen. You just don't know
Yeah. Yeah. No,
what's going to
interesting.
happen.
Mate, I'm happy for him to play a fair bit of footy and find his feet because it'll only add to the Dragon
Mm.
stocks in 26. So no dramas. Play him
He'll go
heaps.
down next year because you won't have the players. Um,
Shit, dickhead. Mate, we're gonna come eighth this year, so just shut up. Right, and the Storm, number one.
yeah, Storm number one, mate. Everyone's fit. They're all fit. Last year, Harry Grant was a little bit injured. Munster didn't start the season. Hughes sort of was in and out a little bit in the start and then near the late.
Hmm.
Um, Stefano, he's just going to improve them. Um, yeah, I just can see them winning the minor premiership, and yeah,
And then we'll see what happens in the final series.
but I don't think they win. Put it that way. I don't have them winning.
Hell, mate, as soon as you got
But
Dragons in the eight, baby, maybe 2025's the year.
but yeah, that's I think
That's pretty good. I just looked
I'm
through.
yeah.
I think I've got three teams the exact same as you, and I think I've got about one, two, three. I've got about five teams that are probably only one position away. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with it. Sort of, it's tough because I've won them higher, but like, hang on, I've got to shove everyone down. I don't think.
Yep. Yep. And like you said, I'm predicting that top four are really going to be probably one win away from each other.
Yeah.
Um, and I, the same as you, I think there'll be the congestion around sort of 8, 9, 10, 11 again this year.
Mm,
I think there's probably only going to be one game in it to be in the eight, and it might even come down to the same as last year, a
mm.
points differential type situation where if you didn't smash teams out of the park, then guess what? If your
Your for
points
and
differential is
against
down,
is
for and against is going to be key this year. And
yeah.
we talked about the players
So
that are moving. We talked about the game plan of certain teams this year. I think it's going to be another tight competition, which is only
yeah,
making the competition better. You
yeah.
know, there's obviously for me a few standout teams.
Mm,
But in saying that, they have all lost to some shitty teams over the last couple of years,
yeah,
and it only takes one or two good wins against teams that you shouldn't beat, and all of a sudden you rocket yourself up the ladder.
yeah. It's
So
like so. Last year, 30 points was cut off. I think it's going to be 30-32 this year.
so
Again,
that's 13 wins.
12 wins, three
You get three
buys.
buys, so 12 out of 24, 12 out of 24, 50%. Is that right?
26, 27, 27.
27 rounds, but three buys.
Yeah, so 24 games. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
you got to be 50% or higher, which is fine for me. That's
yeah.
exactly what you should be
And,
getting.
and you look at it, they were minus 40. So everyone else below them was in the minuses.
Yep.
And then the next closest to minus 40 was the Cowboys at 89,
Yeah.
plus 89. So
Yeah.
that's a massive, what, 11, 129 points, is it? No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
sorry.
120, 130 odd points. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, 129, yeah, yeah. But that's massive.
Yeah.
That's so, but yeah, anyway, so we'll start with start with your team. What do you
Righto.
want to say?
Mine is like I said, a little bit different. But again, sort of made this before we kicked off the preseason challenge, before we, saw a little bit of insight into who's going to be playing where. But I'm sticking with it. I'm going to stick with it. In
Hmm.
17th position, I've got the Eels. To be honest, at the moment, I just hate the Eels a little bit. So I like the NRLW side. Shout out Abby Church. Thanks for the interview last year. But the men's side, maybe I'm a little bit dirty of Zach going there. I don't know. But
Oh, I think that's a bit to do with it.
well, they come 15th last year. They come 15th last year. And
Yeah, but
again,
Mitchy Moses. But anyway, sorry.
eh, I had
Your
to, I
turn.
had,
Your
I had
turn.
to put them anyway. I had to put them somewhere. I think uh, not that I think they're going to go worse, but maybe other teams are going to get better. Like you sort of said the same sort of thing before. Titans come 14th last year. I'm tipping them
Oh,
to come 16th this year.
fuck, that's a Matt. That mate.
I don't think they're sorting out their spine any better than what they were last year.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck,
I know you
mate.
had them in
That's
seventh.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm
Anyway,
too high. Maybe I'm
maybe
too high on them.
maybe you are. Maybe I'm too low. Maybe they'll fall somewhere in the middle. Like I said, some of these teams will flip a coin. 15th, I got the Knights. Similar to what you sort of said, you had them in 13th, but I'm thinking probably a little bit lower. They've got to sort their shit out. It can't just be the Kalen Ponga show up there.
Hmm.
They've really just got to work out what's going on. They've got a bit of young talent, but I don't think they're gelling all together yet. And if they go round and round in circles with those halves again this year, we've just talked about you can't score consistent amount of points and beat teams every week if you have not sorted those halves out.
I reckon he could be the first coach sacked. If they have a slow 8 weeks, first 8 weeks, I reckon he could. Adam
To be
O'Brien
honest,
could be the first.
if he continues chopping and changing that setup, I think he has to. For
Hmm.
me, if I am running a club, if I'm an administrator, I'm going pick the best team.
And just set. Give him a month. Like, give him the time.
Surely you are a professional. You can pick the best team and put that team on the field. Can't be that hard. So, yeah, I'm tipping 15th, potentially a coach sacking. I don't mind that. I got the Dolphins in at 14th, dropping from 10th. Again, those four teams down the bottom could come anywhere there. But I got the Dolphins in at 14th. Yeah, they've just got to sort out what's going on. New coach, losing Wayne. Their team's kind of all right, but not that great. 13th, I got Raiders. They come ninth last year. I can't see them getting better with some of these other teams and the players they've picked up. The first team that I've got on the up, I've got the Warriors. Um, I like the
Who
Warriors.
did you say, sorry?
In 12th, I've got the Warriors.
Whoa, sorry.
Yeah. I like the Warriors. They had you know, obviously after I wrote this down, but their preseason wasn't probably too bad. I think they'll find their combinations better than some other teams will. Then only
Hmm.
one position away from what you had. In 11th, I've got the Tigers. They have to improve from last year. There's no doubt about it. The
Yeah.
clientele that they've signed, they have to improve. I think Benji's probably got more players on his side this year than maybe a few that didn't like him. Um, I, to, maybe 11th is like I don't know where their ceiling is. I don't know what will stop them from knocking on the door of the eight.
Hmm. Well, we just with another. I think Benji gets sacked if they get bottom two. If they get bottom two, I think he gets sacked.
When is he signed till? Do you remember? Has he got like a 5-year contract from a
I'll
couple of
look
years
that
ago?
up. I'll look that up while you.
You would have to imagine that he's probably done his time as far as how low can they go?
Yeah.
They've got to improve. They've got to get up close to the eight, and I think 11th is probably where they're at. In 10th, I've got the Broncos. Now, again, writing this list a few weeks ago, I don't know if well, and I hope I'm wrong. I don't know if Madge is there with changing the culture yet. I think he will get there. I don't think they're going to stay at 10th next year. They've, like you said, they got a good roster, but I just think maybe they might implode a little bit. Maybe too much reliance on Ben Hunt.
Mm,
Adam Reynolds is old. Does he get injured? Sure, Hunt can come in
yeah.
and cover it, but what's going to happen there? Is there going to be more off-field scandals? What that they've got a lot of Origin players that will
Yeah.
be called out through the middle. I'm thinking they might miss the 8th and 10th is probably where they'll finish.
Mm.
Did you have a
Sorry, but
stat
just
for us,
before,
Benji?
yeah, Benji's got 3 years left. He signed a 5-year deal in
Look at that. I said 5.
2022,
Okay.
and then 2 years assistant, and then 2025 first official first year. But obviously they
Yep. Started
swept
it early.
Shenzi away last year.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to think they want to see some results, but I think they'll get it. Now ninth. This is a team that I probably would change and I'd shuffle a fair few teams up. I've got the Rabbitohs. That's pre Latrell, pre who was it? Cam
And Murray,
Cam Murray.
Campbell
I,
Graham, he's even going to miss the first couple of
yeah,
weeks with the
well,
injury.
they didn't have him last year, but and again,
But he was
Lewis
a big,
Dodge was the
but he
one.
is a big loss.
True. Well, that was on the back of
Mm.
putting them ninth was on the back of Wayne going down there, Latrell looking good in
Mm.
preseason training. Um, I think that is one that they could slip back down, but they came 16th last year.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that low of a team.
And,
I think they'll improve.
and now I understand with the way you shaped your ladder, of like it's just not as easy as putting them down to 13th and moving everyone up. Like
That's
it's
exactly
definitely like
right.
yours has got it like it's like a knock-on effect.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Definitely.
I had a, it would have taken about three or four changes there. Anyway,
Mm.
um, in eighth, I've got the same as you. I've got the Dragons.
I was gonna say if they go above 7, then Jesus.
No, I couldn't put them. I couldn't put them any higher. But again, I'm looking at sort of the coaching, the signings, the whatever. And look, to be honest, they looked pretty good. But again, they have to start fast. They have to get a couple of wins. Um, but I think they're good enough to get into the 8, and it'll be very tight there between 7 and 11 or seven
Yeah,
and 12. So I'm hoping that they can jag the spot. Um, in seventh, I've got the Cowboys coming down
yeah,
from fifth. Um, I still think they're a top 8 side. I know you had them just outside, but I still think they're probably a top 8 side. Tommy Dearden's probably going to do a pretty good job there. So, and some of
yeah.
the youngsters sound pretty
Well,
good.
just with mine, I think they can go 9 for 7. Like I just
Yeah, yeah.
as we keep harping on, I know we always harp on about it, but I just yeah, it's gonna be so tight again. Like it could come down that final week.
Did last year, was it me or you or both of us, we just wrote the Cowboys off and we said that they were going to come last and then all of a sudden they came fifth? I think we did
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, right?
And then we went, they're going to go good this year, and then they went shit.
Yeah.
Everyone flipped
Yeah,
on
so
him.
I don't want to do that to them. I'm giving them some hope. In sixth, I've got the Sea Eagles just up from coming seventh last year. Again, if Tommy stays fit, I think they're fine. Um, and they're a pretty good side actually at the moment. Look, Luke Brooks played very well last year, so I think they'll stay there. Dogs in at fifth, again, sort of staying around the sniffing on the top 4 spot,
Mm.
but I don't think they can crack a top 4 spot.
It's usually
Um,
got one team high.
yeah,
It's
a
probably going
team
to be
that
the four.
you put much lower. So look, I've got the Sharkies in at fourth.
It's not the team I was going to think you were going to say. But
No, but again, these 3 teams now could go up or down a couple or whatever. But I've got the Sharkies coming in at fourth. I think you're definitely right as a top 4 side. I've got the Panthers coming third. He's not happy about this.
mate, there's no way in the fucking world that team is going this high. Not the Panthers. Sorry.
Panthers
But
coming
yeah,
third. They'll do it. They'll do enough. Nathan Cleary will do
I'm
enough
putting,
to keep them there.
I'm completing your ladder because if you have them first and I'm quitting.
So I've got the Storm.
No, you fucking don't.
as number one. Yeah, so I got the Roosters coming second. I think you're writing the Roosters off too much.
I don't. It's because of the injuries. It's not because I hate them. I do fucking hate them.
I
I
understand
just
that. I understand
no
that.
Terrell May, no Ware Hargraves, no Brandon Smith, no Sam Walker. Like
If there
T's a
is a
year older. No
if there is a
Manu,
team,
no
if there is a
Suoliti.
if there is a team in recent years, well, there's a couple of teams, but if there is one that have found people to step in and step up, the Roosters have to be considered in that conversation. The Penrith
I
Panthers
agree.
are considered in that conversation, and I think the Roosters are considered in that conversation. There are not many teams. The Melbourne Storm, and that's my top three. The Melbourne Storm, the Sydney Roosters, and the Penrith Panthers are three teams that when they lose their stars, they have someone that can step in and do a job. The last person for the Roosters that couldn't do that was Kyle Flanagan.
They've
And
lost. They've lost too many this year. They can't. They're going to rely on Teddy. It's going to be Teddy. Who else have they got? Fucking
they'll be,
Towns is not going to do anything. But can't kick a ball fucking 20 meters.
but he,
Like
but he will, but he will. He has all the
you got
experience under
Sandon
his belt.
Smith. You got young Sandon Smith. Great footballer. Too early.
Look, they might not get to second, but I don't think they'll be dropping out of the eight. I could move him down to seventh and move everyone else up one, sure, but I do not
Mm,
think they'll drop out of the eight. And again, that might be the difference of three games
yeah.
that puts them at the bottom of the eight. I've
Mm,
hit a nerve here.
No, you haven't hit a nerve. I don't know.
But my reasoning is there are three teams, those
I
three
get
teams at
you.
the top, and the Melbourne Storm put themselves there because they're an unchanged side. They've only made a gain in what's his face from the Tigers,
Fine.
Stefano, right? So they're fine. But I think the Roosters and the Panthers will do enough to hold their position.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I honestly thought my team wouldn't my ladder wouldn't upset you. I thought I'd done a good enough job. I hadn't been too silly. I thought I'd done a good enough job that it wouldn't upset you. But you don't like the Roosters.
Yeah, I don't like I don't like the Titans and the Roosters. They're the only two.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. Swap them. I don't care.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I just think one's too high and obviously one's too low. So I think. Well, hey, that's why it's Joel's ladder, not DTM's ladder.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, that's I again, I'd already thought about the fact that those three teams. Granted, the Roosters have probably lost the most star power, the most positions, whatever. I think Robbo will do enough to just grind out enough
Mm,
wins. At that top level, you can win every game by one. Doesn't matter. Right? The for and against is not going to matter at the top. Down the bottom it is because, you don't want to get smashed by too much and you don't want to only win by one. I think they'll be right up the top.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
fair
that's why
enough.
it's DTM's ladder, not Joel's ladder.
Exactly. Mate. Now let's I think move on to
Give us your feedback
people.
on that, guys. Tell us which
Yeah,
teams you thought were
we'll
just
be putting up
dumb.
on the socials, so it will go up. They will go up tomorrow or Friday.
Yep.
I'll probably go on tomorrow. Um, Mate, let's kick off round round zero, as people are calling it, technically. Um, we do have four games on at Vegas this week. Obviously, two NRL, one international, and one Super League game. Sorry.
I like that. I'm keen.
Actually,
I'm keen for those other two games.
before we starting, shout out to our favourite Super League team, the Lee Leopards, for winning 1-0 on the weekend.
Oh
All that
my
NRL talent.
goodness. All those blokes that we spoke about the
Okay,
last 2 weeks that have gone there. 1
as you
nil.
just said though, you only need to win by 1 point to win a football game.
That's exactly right. That's it. One freaking field goal. You got to be kidding. I tell you what, if I'm the coach of a team that wins 1-0, I am giving them a fucking spray. How
Yeah,
dare you not even score a try, you useless pricks?
yeah. But
Not
I
even
just,
kick a pen. Get a penalty in front,
yeah,
for goodness sake.
yeah. It's just, I found it so ironic that we just like kept talking about them, and they're the ones that. But then again, you got to look at the other team and go, well, fuck, how haven't you scored a
Well,
point?
well, talk about the spray I'd give for winning 1-0. The
Yeah,
spray I'd give for losing 1-0. Oh my lord. You got to
Joe would
be
take the oranges away. It,
man, there'd be no Gatorades, there'd be no Forex after it. It'd be like get in your car and get home. How you know what? Go I might write something up for the spray I would give you for losing 1-0. That is
yeah.
ridiculous.
Actually, before we actually talk about the 200 games, we should talk about the two other games.
Yeah,
We
right.
got
How do I
the,
find them?
so I don't think it's on the app. Super League,
We should be
Las
able to find them.
Vegas.
Women's internationals. Here we go. I got the women's internationals. Although
We got the Wigan Warriors versus
what time is that on?
uh,
You don't know.
8:30. So 8:30. So it goes Super League,
8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Vegas is
Super League,
21
and
hours
then
behind.
NRL, and then the Gillaroos England.
Women's and then Blockbuster. Um, so yeah, the Warren, no, sorry, the Wigan Warriors versus the Wolves. Sam Burgess' Wolves. Warrington Wolves, sorry. There we go. Um, and I cannot find team list for him. But
I can't get a team list for the Gillaroos either.
gotcha.
What are they
I think we
doing?
might okay, we might just say who wins. I think the Wigan Warriors will win. Wigan Warriors to win that. Um,
I don't even know. I think the Lee Leopards.
they're not playing it though.
Why have we not got team lists here? I'm not happy about
Who you going, mate?
that. Wigan.
Wigan as well. Easy.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's an easy one.
and then yeah, obviously the women's international. Who are they playing?
England.
Isn't England?
Yeah.
Australia. Australia by 20
Gillaroos.
plus.
Gillaroos should smoke him. I saw it. I thought I'd already seen a lineup. Must have been a predicted lineup that I've seen on social media. Mate, they've freaking star power galore.
Yeah.
Like,
How much do you reckon they win by? I went 20 plus.
16
16. Easy.
on the number.
Um, then mate,
Although,
now
how the
let's.
hell is Ali Brigginshaw still playing? Mate,
Oh,
retire. I've seen enough of you.
she's trying to hold on, isn't she?
And the worst thing is, I don't rate her that much. I don't think she's that good. But the
No.
worst thing is, she's kind of still relevant. Like she's still actually. But I
Yeah.
just think, mate, you're like 40. Give a Yankee to go. Like bring up a Yankee. Like, well, look her up. She probably is 40.
She's mid-30s, I reckon, easy.
Yeah, she probably is only mid 30s. But she's got 2 kids at home and a wife. Like, just go and hang out with
Oh
your
yeah.
bloody kids and your wife, man. Just give
Yeah.
a Yankee to go. Get on the commentary or something.
What's her
Just
name?
Ali
Alana.
Brigginshaw. ALI Brig BRI double G
Yeah.
INSHAW.
Yeah.
Give me an age.
She is.
She's okay. Hang on. She's got to be 37.
She's she's turning 36 this year.
Far out. She looks old.
She's December, so she's prime
So she's only
35.
just she's only just turned 36, or just turned
No,
35.
5.
Mate,
So give it away.
she's played a fair few footy games.
Yeah,
I'm not,
give it
and
away.
I'm also not bagging it. I'd say the exact same. To be honest,
No, fucking bag.
I'm
I'd retire.
I'm just about to say the same thing about Teddy. We were saying the same thing about Teddy last year,
Mm.
mate. You've had enough. But
Yeah, he's a tricky
I
one,
don't
though.
I don't think she's an Aussie rep anymore. I think there's enough talent in there that just move over. Anyway,
100%. Mate,
Gillaroos by plenty. Let's look at the NRL. We also don't want
um,
to be bagging out women's sport because there was a couple of Marty Sheargold got into trouble for bagging out women's sport this week.
his
Although
show got cancelled.
he said something that wasn't very nice.
No. Yeah, his show
Yeah,
got cancelled or
yeah.
mutual agreement to end.
It wasn't mutual, I bet.
Guess what? We got no one above us, so we can't get fucking cancelled.
There's no HR.
No.
And I'm not going to say what he said because
No, I didn't even know he said anything until today when I seen that they 'cause I didn't even know. I don't even know what he said. But anyway, all good.
we
I
won't be
know,
saying it. I will be. I'll
yeah,
tell you off air.
I know he said something about the Matildas, but that's all I know. Mate, did
I'll
you
tell you.
want to take care of the first game and I'll do the Sharks game or
Yeah, of course. Let's go. So two pretty good sides here. We've got the Raiders and the Warriors. Warriors are our favourites with Sportsbet, $1.67. So this game will be 11 a.m. on it's only on KO. I'm pretty upset with Channel 9 that they didn't get both games. I just think that's fucking weak
oh
to not get the opener of the
so
NRL competition.
so do they only have the women's
Nine have got the
oh
Jillaroos game and the Sharks game, and KO and Foxtel have obviously got all four. But I just thought that's piss weak from Channel 9. You're
oh
supposed to be the national broadcaster of the
I
NRL.
I
What
thought
are
they
you
would have
doing?
done all four.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
shit.
did I. And I haven't signed back up to KO yet, so it's a bit annoying.
Go buy a case of beer.
Why?
You get a free month.
Really? What? What beer have I got to buy? Nah, I'm off the drink. Oh no.
Give it to your Uncle Brian.
I probably what beer have I got to buy?
Or gift.
North.
VB.
Oh yeah, I am off the drink. I don't think even Bryce drinks BV. I'll look into that, Palace. Anyway, the home side is the Raiders, which I actually
They
like that. That makes sense. Playing at Raiders Stadium, yeah.
got the $10,000 horn they made,
Oh,
and
what's this? Miss this?
yeah, they got the Viking horn.
Oh, the
Um,
brrr thing. Yeah, right.
yeah, the
Yeah, you know what I'm
um,
saying.
they asked Dana White to do it, the UFC president, but he
Yes.
said no. He not going to be in Vegas this weekend,
So who are they going to get to
so
do it?
so they've had to find a quick alternate. They'll
They
probably
should
get
get surely like
a
should
Man
get
Meninga or
they
someone
should get
like that
like
to be over
Volk
there.
or something to go over there and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righto. Lineup for the Raiders. KO Weeks in at fullback, which makes sense. Your wingers, Cervelio Tamale gets a start with Xavier Savage on the other side. So
hmm
Tamale, he was the young fella that come from the Dragons, I think.
He's probably a 1 week play with Albert Hopewadi staying in Australia for the birth of his first child.
Yeah. But you never know. We'll see. But good experience for
Yeah.
the young fella nonetheless. Matt Tomoko and Sebastian Chris in the centres. That's fine. Ethan Strange and Jamal Fogarty in the halves. So Fogarty taking back that spot from what's the other kid's name? Sanders,
hmm
which is also fine. Corey Horsburgh, lots to talk about Corey Horsburgh in the number 8 jersey. Could play big minutes too. If you're looking at Supercoach, could be,
660, I reckon 60.
but could be a
Yeah,
Supercoach buy. I'm thinking about bringing him
yeah
into my team.
he's my starting front row.
There you go. Tom Starling got the nod at 9. Joseph Tarpanay, the captain, in the 10 jersey. Hudson Young and Zach Hosking in the 11 and 12. I think a couple of people were curious about Zach Hosking getting a start. Was there a bit of an injury
Yeah.
cloud around Zach?
He was, yeah, he hasn't played any trials.
Yeah, so
So
he's got the nod. We'll see if he keeps that spot. And then Morgan Smithies, who had a pretty good year last year at the 13.
in in all honesty, I know that Hudson Young and Smithy got into that altercation.
Oh
You'll never
yeah,
know what actually 100% was it about. Was it just play? In If I'm the NRL, I know the NRL haven't made a big fuss about it, but they shouldn't be playing. If and I don't care, people can come out to me. If it was two Shark players, they shouldn't be playing. If you're trying to grow the game internationally and then you get people getting into a fight,
and his stuff around. Yeah,
you go bang, rightio, you don't get to play in Vegas now. You
yeah.
sit there and watch.
Not a bad point because again, you're trying to we're trying. We're not. How do I put this? We have to win fans over
Mm.
there. It's not as
And
if
this
we
is
already have the fan base.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter, mate. Fuck. Like if it was in New Zealand, no, it doesn't matter, mate. Whatever. Just
yeah.
get on with it. Fuck, whatever.
And,
Papua New Guinea, Fiji, whatever. No, we're trying to win people over there.
mm. And especially that these games are getting shown on like Fox Sports America over there.
Mm.
They've got the
Mm.
time slot, not you have to go to an Aussie a sports bar or something around America to watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's actually going to be on in people's living room,
yeah. It's big
able
time.
to watch it. Like
Yeah,
this is the time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
look,
Well, anyway, we'll see. In the 14 jersey for Raiders, Owen Paddy, young
making his
fella
debut.
making his debut. Will probably play a little bit of hooker. I think some people were trying to, or were hoping that he would maybe get the 9 jersey. Me in particular, I've got him on a Supercoach team, but he'll get a
Mm.
couple of minutes and make some cash there. Simi Sisagi in the 15, Josh Papali'i in the 16, and Arta Mariota in the 17. Danny Levi's the 18th man, so whatever. Decent squad. Relatively, that's pretty much full strength, like you said, other than maybe Hopewadi. The Warriors lineup is Chance Nickel Clocks out at the 1, Tain Tuapiki and Roger Tuivasa Sheck on the wing, Ali Leatua and Adam Pompey at center. That Ali Leatua, was he?
Yep.
Did he play much last year? Did he play a couple of games at fullback?
No, that was um that was he's been to a peaky.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah. But he's the one that sort
so
of came in and out.
he's shifted over. Do you think that 1 to 5 is pretty much their stick with that?
Um I think Rocco Berry comes in, get rid of Pompey, and Rocco Berry he did pretty good last year
Yeah. Okay.
for him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Righto. 6 and 7. Chanel Harris Tavita is back. I think there's still a couple of players there that'll fight for the 6 and 7. They've obviously got Tanner Boyd over there as well.
And
But
Dean
whatever.
Marie, Dean Marie
Yeah.
Martin.
Yes, that's true as well. So interesting to see Harris Tavita take the spot. Luke Metcalf, lots to talk about Luke Metcalf going really well at the moment. Had a decent sort of preseason. So those two boys probably want to play well to keep their
Mm.
spots. In the 8th, you got the captain, James Fisher Harris. He'll be ready to rumble, surely.
Club debut, isn't it? Because he came through the Penrith,
Yes,
yeah, Penrith
I think
system.
so.
Yeah.
Yep. Wade Egan in the 9, and then you've got Mitch Barnett and Curb Capewell. Oh, sorry, Mitch Barnett in the 10, Curb Capewell and Marata Niokore in the 12, 11 and 12, and then Aaron Clark to round out the
Mm.
13. Aaron Clark also came from the Titans. Is
Yep.
that right?
Titans, yeah.
So interesting. Interesting that he gets a start straight up. But anyway, that's good for him. Dylan Walker's the utility in the 14 jersey. Jackson Ford, Dimitri Valmorga, and Leica Halasima. Hadn't seen his name until just then. Jacko Ford probably do a bit of the front row rotation, and the other two maybe into the second row. Two decent sort of sides as far as sort of naming their strongest for
Yeah.
round 1. I'm gonna go.
Um,
I don't know. I'm gonna go the Warriors maybe.
I'm going to go Warriors. I'm going to go Warriors as well. I think 1 to 12. Fun fact: Sam Healy, mate. I've seen him around my work for the last 2 years. He does vending machines. His dad does vending machines all around the Sutherland Shire area because funnily enough, he played for Newtown Jets for the last 2 years.
18th man.
18th
Okay.
man, yeah,
That's
18th
right.
man. He's a fucking solid boy.
Is he?
He,
He looks like he's
yeah,
got some arms on him sticking out of that shirt.
he arms and legs, mate.
Arms and
Jesus
legs.
Christ.
Okay. Well, he might get a
Yeah,
run if someone gets injured.
he signed a 3-year deal over there. So yeah, never had a. I think I don't know. He probably had a training trial with Sharks, but then always had a full-time contract with the Newtown Jets.
Yeah.
So he's done all right to probably get a top 30 spot with the Warriors
Yeah.
straight away.
It's not bad to be named in an 18th man straight away too, you know.
Mm. But
Is
yeah, mate, I think
he's
the
got a spot.
Warriors get the job done. I think
Yeah.
they just have that a little bit too much class.
To be honest, both of them have got a fair bit of strike power in attack. I hope to see some tries there, to be honest. You know, I wouldn't hate a
Mm.
26-30 win or something, you know what I
Mm.
mean?
The 8 to 13 is 50-50. It's more, I think the Warriors have the edge in the 1 to 7.
Yeah.
I think that's where it comes down to. I think Rogers probably now he's on the wing, he'll probably be getting oh,
The ball.
20 to 25 touches, I reckon, with all the
Yeah.
runs and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah. Okay. Go the Warriors.
Mate, and moving on to the defending four-peat champions versus my Sharkies. Penrith Panthers obviously deserved favourites, $1.70 to my Sharks, $2.20. We'll start off with the home side with Dylan Edwards as a fullback, easy. Casey McLean has won the position ahead of his brother. You got Paul Alamotti in the other wing with Brian To'o under an injury cloud.
Mm.
Sorry, he's not even going to be playing because he hasn't even been named. I thought he got named. So yeah, you go. He's gone.
Who?
Um, Brian To'o.
Yeah. 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 No,
I
he's
didn't.
not
I
playing.
thought they might have named him
Oh, lower
in.
down. No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
lower down. You got Isaac Tuggo and Luke Garner in the centre.
Garner in the centers.
I think that's obviously because Alamotti has been shifted to the wing.
Didn't they have anyone
Um,
else though?
well,
Wouldn't you put just
you
Dane Laurie in there or something? Or
or
Jesse
Jesse
McLean?
McLean. Yeah,
Blaze Talangi?
Blaze, yeah,
Very
100%.
interesting that Luke Garner wins that spot.
I think they've gone for a bit of size.
They
I
must be
think.
going for the physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you've obviously got Jack Cole beating out Brad Schneider for the sixth jersey. With
Well, beating out Blaze Talangi too.
oh yeah, and Blaze Stoney. And then obviously Nathan Cleary, the captain, in the number 7. Mate, and then you got Moses Leota and Lindsay Smith in the forward pack there with Mitch Kenny in the hooker. You got Scott Sorensen and Liam Martin. Scott Sorensen beating out Isaiah Papali'i for the second row. Everyone thought
Yeah.
Sorensen would maybe start or in the 8 and 10 or on the bench, but
I reckon maybe the
yeah,
Papali'i on the bench
bit of
might
impact.
be, well, ease him into it, maybe protect him a little bit, but then also, like you're saying, maybe get a little bit of impact, a little bit of, a little bit of rev up. Uh, that could just be a strategic
Mm,
positional play.
yeah, do agree. Then obviously Isaiah, I don't know if he's a vice captain or captain. He only has one captain on this team
Mm.
sheet. And then you got Dane Laurie, as we just said, Papali'i on the bench with Matt Eisenhuth and Luren Pater. Taya,
Something like that.
T. T. You got Brad Schneider as 18th man. Then moving on to my Cronulla Sharks there, you got Will Kennedy as the fullback. You got Sam Stonestreet and Ronaldo Militalo. Obviously, with unfortunately Sione Katoa been out for 5 months. Stonestreet's
What did he
got the
do?
position. Injured himself in the first trial. I'm not
Mm.
quite sure what, but yeah.
Stone
Then you got
Street
just
went pretty well last year,
yeah. I think he scored like 6 tries in the 3 games or 4 games that he played.
though.
You got Jesse Ramian and Kyler Ebro as our centers, stock start. And then obviously going into our halves with Brendan Trindle and Nico Hines. Hopefully, them boys can start the year on fire and sort of quiet some people, hopefully.
You need it.
Um, then you've got Adam Fanua-Blake making his club debut, and hopefully he just fucking absolutely rips in.
You'd love to see him flatten someone, wouldn't you? I think the
Oh,
Americans would love to see Ad Fanua Blake just
like a Mitch Kenny,
absolutely
flatten
flatten.
Mitch Kenny or something like that, you know?
Why do you
Or
hate
Jack
Mitch Kenny?
Cole.
What is it about Mitch Kenny that you hate?
Look, he's a below average football player that's won 3 rings.
Is that jealousy? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I'll call it. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Um,
Like
Righto.
he's obviously he'd smack me, but fuck, that's not the point. He got Oregon Fusi partnering him in the front row with Blake Brayley, the absolute machine who played 80 minutes. I think he was the only player in the NRL last year to play all games, I think. That
Blake
could be
Brayley,
absolute
was he?
bullshit. That could be bullshit, but don't know. I know he played all the games. Don't know if he's the only player, but
What, 80 minutes of every game or just every
no,
game?
not no, he played every game.
Okay.
Got on the field.
Let me see if I can fact check that.
Um, then mate, you got Britton Nickera and Teague Wilton in our second row with Cam McInnes starting lock in our 13 as captain. As you said, you got Daniel Atkinson on the bench with Sophia Talakai, Braden Haminueli, and Tom Hazelton on the bench. With the tipping, mate, um, oh, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna back my Sharks to win. Um, he's unmuting himself,
Are
is
you
he, or
are you
giving the mic
joking?
up?
I did
Nah,
mute myself.
nah, mate. Yeah, Sharkies 1-6.
Sharkies 1-6. I'm going to go the Penrith Panthers 6-12.
Yeah,
7-12, whatever way you want to look at it. Do
yeah,
you
7-12.
are you sure? Are you really thinking that that team? Oh yeah, look, you know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it
Mhm.
because
Penrith started off slow last year. I think the first 20 minutes will tell me. If we start slow, then no, we won't win. But if we start fast, I think we can hold it.
Nico Hines looks better this year,
Yeah. I think,
but I
just
just
not
can
carrying an
imagine.
injury, no sort of bit of the weight off his shoulders. Um, yeah.
Look, I can imagine that Nathan Cleary walks out, looks around, and
Yeah,
goes,
100%.
I'm going to
But
fuck shit up. I
yeah.
am just going to do an
Well,
absolute number on these Muppets and just runs rings around you.
look, I'll put a big context. If my Sharks don't win 1-6, we get blown out by 20.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
it's
Well, I gave you 7-12. I was trying to be nice.
like it's just that it's that simple. It's like I think we're gonna win or
Get
but
pumped.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a stat for how many games Blake Brayley played last year and whether he was the only one, but he did have the third most amount of tackles last year with 937. Just a little
There you go.
side stat. Yeah,
Right.
that means nothing to you, but it's just something I scrolled across on the old Wikipedia's. Yeah, there you go. Very good, righto. And then we have to wait a whole other 5 days, 4 days before we see the Thursday games.
Yeah.
The rest of round one, Thursday the 6th. How's your Supercoach team look with only 4 teams announced this week?
Look, yeah, it looks pretty good. Obviously it's tough because there's one or two cheapies that might get named next week, but I've got them in place for two cheapies that are playing this week. So I don't know if
Yeah.
I bite the bullet with
When do
Tamale and Bormega. They're the two
Yeah.
people.
Tamale, I've got him too, but I'm like, do I keep him? Will he play again? Do When the games kick off on Sunday, is that when our trade starts? Like we can't.
No, 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 no,
Do
no,
we get
no.
free trades?
After round one, after the completion of round one.
So we
Like,
get free trades?
yeah, you can still trade, but you can't trade the people that have played. The people will lock
No.
out,
Yeah. Yeah. So
but
that's why I'm wondering, do I not put many of these guys in? Like I'll keep Nico.
oh, yeah, like
I
I
don't have
traded
Cleary.
out Tamale this week, today, sorry, because someone got added today in Super Coach. So I just thought just non-risk factor there.
Mm.
But yeah, I've got yeah, the Vormega for the Warriors on my bench, and I just don't know if I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, will they keep a spot? And I don't want too many people on the team that I have to trade out later.
Yeah,
That always happens to me. First 6 weeks I make friggin' 12 trades. Yeah. Right. Anyway. All right. Well, next week we'll talk about the rest of the games for round one.
100%.
All right, battlers.
See you
Go
later.
well. See you later.